Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make the ultimate wooden underground survival base. Fit with a storage room, an indoor farm, an enchanting room, a bedroom slash crafting room, and finally a brewing room slash portal room. What more could you want? Here are all of the materials that you will need to make your ultimate wooden underground survival base. Please do make sure that you have access to all of those materials and enough of them as well. And now that we have all of that, we can get started. So the first thing that we are going to do is lay out the floor plan of the underground survival base. So to do this, we're going to use oak slabs, and we're going to place a row of 9 oak slabs in a row on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We then want to extend that 9th block up by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we're going to make a square by extending that 8th block across, and we're going to join it all the way back to where we first started. So quite simple, this is how everything begins. This is the center of the base. The next thing that we have to do is from every single one of the 4 corners of the center, we have to find the 3rd block extending inwards. So this is the corner, 1, 2, 3. And from that 3rd block, we want to extend it outwards by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is on every single side. So every corner. So on the same side, this corner, 1, 2, 3, and then we want to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we want to do this for every single side. So on this side, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sure that you guys get the idea from now. So once we have managed to achieve this on every single side, as you can see me slowly doing now, and by the way, I find it very difficult to count in my head. That's why I usually count out loud. I'm hoping that these are rows of 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then finally I'm going to count this one again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they all look even, so thankfully even the ones that I didn't count out loud are all rows of 6. And this is important because we want to take all of those rows and we want to extend them across, and we want to join them all together. So we want to make even more squares, essentially, all the way around the base. And the reason that these squares are important is because these squares are going to make up each individual room of our survival base, and each individual room will serve a purpose. So once we have joined all of these together, we will end up with, it kind of looks like a flower shape. Well, once you have achieved the flower shape, we also have to join all of these together in another way as well. We're going to join the 4 sides together using a row of oak slab in between. That leaves a row of 1 between the center and the actual 4 sides. So you can see that we're using little rectangles to connect everything together like this. Now, once this has been achieved, what we are now going to do is dig out all of the 5 rooms of the house. And we have to do this by digging out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We must dig down 5 times inside all of our rooms. This will take quite a long time, as you can see. So we want to literally empty out each one of those 5 rooms. We want to dig down by 5, and once that has finished, this is what it will look like once you have dug 5 rows down in every single room of our survival base. And you might also be able to see that we have also dug down as well in between the passageways that are going to take us from room to room. The next thing that I'm going to do is I am going to refloor the survival base using stone for each individual room. So that will look like this. Now, once you have refloored your survival base with stone, or by the way, any other material that you would like, we now have to remove all of the dirt and grass and whatever else may be there from the walls and replace it using stone bricks. So it creates a very nice contrast between all of the materials that we have used so far. This is very easy to do. Anywhere that we have the wooden slabs directly above us, we simply want to join them down to the ground using these stone bricks. So that accounts for all 5 of the rooms and the passageways as well. And once again, once you have managed to do that, so this is what your base will look like once you have destroyed all of the walls and replaced those walls using stone bricks. We have also done that to the passages that will take us in between all of the rooms, which is a very easy part to miss when you are doing so much wall destroying. But now that we have done all of that, we are going to make the upper part of the base look a lot fancier, because this is just a basic layout that we have now. We can make this look way better. We're going to begin by grabbing the stripped oak wood. We're going to place stripped oak wood in all 3 of the corners of every single one of our rooms. The stripped oak wood is going to extend from the ground, and it is going to poke out half a row above the frame of each individual room. So the reason that I said that it is going to be placed in the 3 corners is because on the outer rooms, we rarely only have access to 3 of the 4 corners. However, with the central room, we will be making it so that the stripped oak is in each one of the 4 corners. So once we have done that to all of the 4 rooms, there we go, we want to come to the central room, the hub if you will, and we want to do this to each one of the 4 corners. And you had best believe that this isn't the only detail that we will be adding, there is a lot more. Now that we've added the stripped oak, what we also want to do is in the 4 outer rooms, we simply want to destroy the inward corner of stone bricks and we want to replace it using stripped oak. This will just give us the look that each room has its own individual foundation. It just breaks up the colour palette a little bit more. It's just a little way to add some detail and isn't really necessary, to be quite honest, but I would recommend doing it anyway. Now that we've done that, we also want to add stripped oak wood to the 4 inner parts of our base. So where we have the rectangular shapes, we want to destroy the 4 corners of the rectangular shapes here, and we want to place our stripped oak like this. And we are going to do that on every single side. So we want to destroy each one of the 4 corners like so. And once we have done that, something that we probably should have done whilst we were placing these, is we want to single these out by placing birch buttons on these 4 corners of all of the passageways. So this basically just highlights the fact that these are a specific different part of the house, and I think it makes it look a bit better. We can also raise up the 4 corner stripped oak woods that we have in the center part of our house, like this, and we can then have a little bit of depth between the center and the other parts of the build. What we are now going to do is we are going to come to the 4 individual rooms, and we're going to place oak trap doors on top of the 3 corners that we have in the 4 rooms. So again, it's just to highlight a little bit, it's just to add a little bit of a different texture, a little bit of detail, and we're also going to do this to the center part of the house as well. So there you go. Again, it's just a lot about adding little bits of detail here and there. What else can we do? Well, we can grab the oak wood stairs, and against all of the pillars that we have on the 3 outward corners of the rooms, you can place oak stairs pressed against the 4 pillars. I think that this, once again, is just a little bit of detail. It makes the build look a little bit less flat. You don't have to add this, or if you wanted to, you could add more stairs around these. So you could actually like fill in the corner blocks. But I've done a little bit of testing and I think that I like this the most. But of course, this can be altered in any way, shape or form. But I think once you've finished, you'll notice that it's just, I think, a little bit more pleasing to look at. Now we are pretty much approaching the last part of this build, so the only thing that we really have to do from this point onwards is add the glass to the build. The glass is going to be added using just straight up plain glass blocks, and the glass is going to be placed just directly below the oak slabs that we have everywhere. So once you have managed to place all of your glass pane or glass pane would look completely different once you have placed all of your glass block. It will look, now that we have added all of the glass to our underground survival base, we can now use oak trapdoors in the 4 corners of the central part of our base. Now, the purpose of one of these trapdoors, you can choose which one, it's completely up to you, is we want to flip it open, destroy the glass underneath it, and then we want to drop into the base, and we are going to use ladders, and we will be needing lanterns too. We're going to use ladders so that we are able to drop in and out, and that is the way that we're going to be able to get in and out of the base, just like this. And that's the only way into the base. Feel free to change that if you do so choose, and we can just bloop, put that down. So how are we supposed to get into each individual room? It's rather easy. Destroy the middle block of every single one of the 4 sides of the center part of our survival base, walk into the destroyed part, and then just destroy left and right of you. And then that way, everywhere will be connected. There will be no room that you cannot get to. That's a nice double negative there, but you guys get what I'm talking about. I think I accidentally just destroyed some wood as well, and I'm going to just fix that just like so. So now we are able to travel freely throughout all of our base. I'm going to recommend that you use lanterns to light up the hallways of all of our hallways. I recommend that you use lanterns in the central blocks of the hallways just to keep everything nice and light and bright, just like this. And I'd recommend backing that particular part as well with stripped wood, because I think it just looks good. Which rhymes. In the center part of the floor, you will be able to place a 3x3 square like this and still be able to walk around the floor. Now the point of this is I'm going to use some stripped wood, oak wood stairs, and then finally I'm going to destroy the middle and chuck a glowstone with an oak trapdoor on there. And this is going to just signify that this is the very center, the very central hub of the base. Now, once this has all been completed, ladies and gentlemen, we have actually completed the entire base. As you can see, we have 5 empty rooms ready to be filled up with whatever you desire to have in your survival base. Now, I'm not going to just leave you hanging, I am going to give you guys a few ideas. However, I'm not going to be building the ideas in front of your very eyes. I'm going to decorate this base and then I'll show you what I decided to put in each one of the 5 individual rooms, and we're going to flip to that seamlessly. There we go, that's way better. So now that we have decorated our entire survival base, we can take a look around. So first of all, we have to actually enter the base, so we climb down our ladder. The first room that we're going to come to is the central hub of our base. I figured that the first thing that we would want to do as we drop down into our survival base is unload our inventory. So that's exactly what we can do with this massive storage area. As we walk around our base, I don't know what room we're going to come to first. We're going to go around clockwise. We have, first of all, found the bedroom slash crafting room. We have a couple of beds in here, a place to smelt, some more storage, and every sort of crafting implement that we could necessarily desire. As we walk around the next room, this is a simple one, just a giant enchantment library. That's all there is to this room. I love these rooms, they're probably my favourite out of any base that I make. As we walk around, we next have our indoor farm. We're growing beetroot because it's colourful. The next and last room that we're going to be dealing with is going to be the portal room. So not only is it a portal room, can we get to the nether from here, but we also have a brewing room as well, fit with a little nether wart farm. And that's all there is to it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please do remember to hit that like button, as it really helps me and the channel out very, very much. And subscribe if you're new around here. Click that little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all of my stuff sent directly to your sub box. And if you are interested in making some other things by me, I'd highly suggest checking out the card system, description below, and the top of the comment section for more. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.